come from?
The woods. Marauders attack. You're liable to give.
It's in poor taste. Dressing up like a marauder's disrespectful to all the workers that got eaten by him. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas Jr. in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
It's a family.
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Got a knack for being discreet-like? There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose
My nose
clean.
is pretty clean.
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the
We
company.
rent them?
Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
Pay for their own graves?
Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge. Quotas, mostly. Got a backlog of graves to fill. Bodies won't bury themselves, you know? Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery.
Domicile.
You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah?
Must be in pretty bad shape if it's keeping you employed.
The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. There a reason you asking?
Change the subject.
Something I can do
Don't
for you?
need to go blabbing.
I could really go beats working at the cannery.
Huh? What? I wasn't nosing off.
Edgewater. Transition to Edgewater. Now that sounds suspicious. Ugh. Gonna run a 30-second ad real quick. Or actually, I shouldn't, because there might be a cutscene going into Edgewater here. Is anyone trying to talk to me? Alright, 30-second ad. Still trying to figure out how these ads work. But, you know, if you're a subscriber, you don't get this, you don't have to see those ads. But let's see. This guy looks like Pops from regular show. All right. Let's see.
They start asking you for some medicine. Come tell me. I'll set them straight.
Who are these guys?
Had your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of salt tuna.
Staying long?
Huh? Move along.
I don't have time.
Carry on. Hey, carry. Move.
We don't get a lot of visitors.
I've got some time.
All right.
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human
Actuary.
worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Actuary. So, why is it the same button? Can I remap that? I just... God damn, why is it the same button? So stupid. I should probably save. See, that's just so stupid. Steal. Steal dehydrated water tablets.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you? I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I must say, wearing a Marauder's outfit is in very poor taste. I do wish you'd show your uniform a little more respect. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Frying myself?
My proposition benefits both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
What a surprise. I never would have guessed.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations. It's our problem, not yours, but I'm asking for your help. If those workers don't come back, Edgewater is going to collapse. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson.
Who's this voice actor?
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Companions! You've gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Is there anything I can take? Want that cube?
You're some sort of... You're safer inside your walls.
Sort of Suicide Squad? Alright, I guess we'll go.
Hey, mister, can we talk?
Yeah, yo.
Sorry. Can we... Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters. On account of it's his job and what all, but... That's not the only side of the tale. Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets
Arkham,
replaced.
thank you for your host.
Deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them.
How you doing,
before
dude?
they left.
How was your stream? And Chris, no, I will not be getting WWE 2K20, even though it has the man Becky Lynch on it. It's just, you know, Ukes left the 2K20 development, and that's why it's so glitchy and buggy, because 2K basically had to rush a game together where Ukes usually had all the code. And that's why, you know, it's so crappy. It's hilarious. A person's gear, the job quite like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Yeah, she's the voice of the character in the My Career mode. It's because I would also buy it to support that, but it's just like, it's disappointing. You know, it's a big opportunity for her, and then it's just associated with just being a bad game. It's not like anything to do with her voice acting at all. It's just the people who made it that are so bad. And it's tough that she has to be associated with that, because this was big time. Let's see. Can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Yeah, I heard from my brother that Javi Baez was a little bit of a weird choice.
That's on account of how I never met her. hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Let's see. Companion ledger. That hammer looks cool. Workbench. How do I tell which objective is which, though? Fast travel, Edgewater. I'm guessing the vicar's over here.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
Alright, how do I get in there?
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.